My family blamed me for my younger brother's accident because of one phone call. I was erased for 8 years. Now my brother finally told them what really happened. I was 21 when my brother Nolan fell off the roof of our parents' garage trying to fix a loose gutter. He was 16, shattered his left leg in 3 places, cracked 2 vertebrae, 4 months in a wheelchair, 2 surgeries. My older sister Bridget told everyone it was my fault. She said I was supposed to be home watching him that Saturday but left to meet some girl and ignored her calls. My parents never asked me a single question. My dad stood in my doorway that night and said 5 words. You did this to him. My mom sat at the kitchen table with her face in her hands and wouldn't even lift her head when I tried to talk. Here's what actually happened. Bridget was supposed to be home that day. She asked me to cover so she could go to a party. I said no because I was working my shift at the tire shop, 11 to 7, same as every Saturday for 8 months. I showed my parents the time-stamped pay stubs. My dad looked at them for 2 seconds, set them on the counter, and said, "Stop making excuses." Nolan was sedated for 9 days. By the time he could speak, Bridget's version was already gospel. My aunts stopped returning calls. Uncle Ray, the man who taught me to drive, sent one text. "Don't come to Thanksgiving, I mean it." My grandmother told my mom she couldn't believe she raised someone so careless. I packed 2 duffel bags on a Tuesday afternoon while everyone was at the hospital. No one came home to watch me leave. I sat in my car outside the house for 15 minutes, staring at the front door, waiting for someone to pull in. Nobody came. I rented a basement apartment with no windows and a ceiling so low I couldn't stretch my arms above my head. Worked the tire shop during the day, overnight stocking at a warehouse 3 nights a week, gas station sandwiches for lunch, marked down food for dinner. Most nights I slept 4 hours, some nights none. My first Christmas alone, I sat on the floor eating Chinese takeout from a styrofoam container while the family upstairs laughed through the ceiling. I put in earbuds and laid there in the dark with my coat on because the heat barely worked. I checked Facebook once, about a year in. My family had gone on a group cruise for my parents' 30th anniversary. 32 people in matching blue shirts on the deck. No gap where I should have been. They just closed the space like I never existed. Deactivated everything that night, but I kept going. Found a free coding boot camp through the library. Landed a tech support job at $19 an hour. Studied for certifications every night on my laptop on the floor of that windowless basement. 2 years later, I got hired as a network administrator, making more than both my parents combined. Bought a used Civic for $12,800, then traded up a year later. Last October, I signed the lease on a 2-bedroom apartment with a balcony overlooking a park. The first morning sunlight came through the blinds. I sat on the edge of my bed for 10 minutes and just breathed. 7 weeks ago, an unknown number called. Nolan. He said Bridget broke down crying at a family dinner and admitted everything. She was the one supposed to be home. She was the one who left. She lied because she knew our parents would never forgive her if Nolan got hurt on her watch. Then he told me he'd known the truth for 2 years, but Bridget begged him to stay quiet. He said he was sorry for not speaking up. Within hours, my phone exploded. Mom, Dad, Bridget, aunts, cousins, Uncle Ray, all saying the same thing. "We're so sorry. We were wrong. Please come home." Bridget sent a paragraph about guilt and therapy and how she thinks about it every day. I read every message, set my phone down, walked to the park near my apartment for almost an hour. When I got back, I didn't feel angry, didn't feel relieved. Just tired. Not physically, just tired of them. I typed one message into the group chat. "You chose to believe the worst about me without asking one question. You watched me beg and still let me walk out with 2 bags on a Tuesday. I built everything I have now without a single one of you. I don't hate you, but I don't need you either. Please respect that." Blocked every number before anyone could reply. My friend Denise from work asked last week if I ever think about calling them. I told her the truth. Not anymore. Saturday, she brought over a plate of her mom's arroz con pollo, and we watched a terrible movie on her couch, and I laughed so hard my stomach hurt. That one night felt like more family than 8 years of silence ever did.